Anyway, would you leave the relationship or not even date the woman if they happen to be the breadwinners?
No, a sugar daddy and a sugar mama has nothing to do with age. You're talking about a cougar and a guy robbing the cradle.
With several billion members, the human race is divided in two distinct sexes, male and female. While men are simple creatures requiring only the most rudimentary of emotional needs to be satisfied, there is a subgroup classified as the nice guy, a dying breed of chivalrous, romantic, domesticated gentlemen whose qualities are desired by the opposite sex. Allegedly. However, they are dismissed, scoffed, and confined in such concepts as the bestie, work husband, and the dreaded friend zone.
You don't think this is a little bit too dramatic? Just let it happen.
Joe and Jason are the last of the nice guys.
Well. Welcome back, one and all.
Welcome back. You know that song, right?
Yes, I know.
With that Nas.
We should keep it with him singing and not you. But anyway,
you want to start early in this podcast? Okay.
I
was gonna go easy, but okay.
No, you should see our other show. He does not go easy on me. Anyway,
that is true, but it's because
yes.
you're inconsiderate and inconsistent at the same time. Can you believe that? And proud. You know, you got to respect that. Thank you for tuning in to The Last of the Nice Guys, episode 5.
That's 10. Sorry.
Episode
5.
Right.
I did this for a second. That's kind of misleading. I'm sorry.
No, that was you doing jazz hands, but the wrong one. So
yes. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Anyway. Yes, welcome to episode 5. I am your host, Joe, with my wonderful, amazing brother,
Jason.
his face and tone say it all. And yes. We are the last of the nice guys. We want to welcome you.
We are. Before we get to today's topic, I just want to remind you guys that you can check us out on social media. It's Last Nice Guys. That's on Twitter and Instagram. It's one word. Email us at lastoftheniceguys@yahoo.com. And of course, visit us on Facebook, which is Last of the Nice Guys on Facebook. It's all there.
Okay.
I'm almost sure. But you know what? If you listen to the end outro, our voiceover guy absolutely says it correct. So I just want to throw that out there. Now, we do have another comment from an individual. I posted on our Instagram, that's at Last Nice Guys. I basically put up there a meme where it was a text chat. It said, a guy was talking to a girl. He goes, "I'd love to take you out for coffee this week." And she replies with, "You spelled tequila wrong." So you like that. So I said, "Gentlemen, vodka or coffee?" And I posed the question. And Jock Doc Podcast commented, thanks for commenting, saying, "Or maybe the Irish have it right with whiskey and coffee." And
That's
I
right.
said, and so that was a comment right there. So thank you very much, Jock Doc Podcast. You know what I find funny is that at least on Instagram, the podcast community is a great community. They really are. They're really supportive and
very supportive.
I've got to get more interactive with them too, because they're very interactive with us, and we gotta start doing some stuff. So
yeah, we gotta show love. We gotta show love to them.
Yeah, we gotta show love. Maybe if you get on social media and start doing something, Mister, make a Twitter for the podcast because I have a lot to say and you don't say shit ever.
Oh, sorry, I was just checking my watch that said, "Shut the fuck up. We'll be okay."
I just wish you took a shower and you washed all that crap off your arms before you came on the podcast. That's what I wish.
Anyway.
All right, so Joe, my very, very, very albino brother from another mother. What are we talking about? What's our topic?
Well, this albino guy has a lot to say about this next topic among all the topics that we speak of, but this one kind of hits kind of close to home. Not because, well, yeah, it does, only because I've experienced this before, and I'm not really ashamed to actually discuss it, but it is. Yeah, well, yeah, of course. But this is the reason why we created this whole you know,
right. It's a safe space. It's a safe space.
It's a safe haven for people to talk about stuff like this. But today's topic is going to be, women being the breadwinners of the relationship and the family. Do you like the idea of that? Or do you feel comfortable with it? Do you want it to happen, or does it just organically happen because of unforeseen things that happen in your life? And when I'm saying that, I'm talking specifically to the men, because if the women are the breadwinners, then I'm specifically talking to you guys. So with that being said, how do you guys feel about that? Is it something that bothers you? Do you feel as if it shouldn't be that way? Would you leave the relationship or not even date the woman if they happen to be the breadwinners? So what are your thoughts?
Now when you say breadwinners, you mean the only income or the higher income?
The only income, and the higher, both. So let's just say you got a brother that's working in McDonald's, and this woman is the CEO of a tech company.
He hit the jackpot.
He did the jackpot, but how would he feel if he's not an insecure person, or he doesn't really care, and he doesn't leech off the woman and just loves her or likes her for her and not her, her source of income or her financial status? Then yes, maybe it could work. But there are a lot of men.
There's nothing wrong with a sugar mama.
Well, what if they're almost the same age? Let's just say about 5 years apart or less.
Well, no, being a sugar mama or sugar daddy doesn't imply age. It's just a concept.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
If you're okay, but if
no, a sugar daddy and a sugar mama has nothing to do with age. You're talking about a cougar and a guy robbing the cradle. That's different. But you can be a sugar daddy and be younger than a freaking woman.
So you would be okay if you had.
I didn't say anything about that. I'm just refining your definition. Don't put words in my mouth.
Yeah, refine my ass. Yeah, okay. You see how quickly my wonderful host over here changes his attitude about it when I present him the question. This fucking guy. So I told him I like I said previously, I have experienced this before. Years ago. What it felt like years ago. Yeah, it was years ago. Yeah. So I've experienced before years ago where I too was working. I had a pretty decent job at the time, but the person I was with had a way better job than me, and was also making twice as much, if not 3 times as much as me. Now, I, like some guys out there, did not mind. I thought it was very nice that she had her shit in order, I guess, when it came to finances. I thought it was commendable, and I actually
independent. That's why I love her.
First of all, that's not even the first thought I had. Her financial status didn't even make me want to be with her or, be attracted to her. What attracted me to her was, and I can actually, I feel like you already know who this is, but I'm not gonna say it. But what made me attracted to her was the fact that she had other qualities besides that.
How many episodes have we mentioned her?
It hasn't been that many, maybe 2.
I think this is the 3rd episode, and we've only done 6. I'm just being real. I love talking about her. I just want to make it very clear. I have nothing against it, but I am saying that soon we're gonna have to say who her or she is, because this keeps coming up.
You know what? If someone emails us, and says, Joe, who is this mystery woman that you used to be with, or who is this mystery woman that you're talking about? If they email us that question, I will gladly, on air, next episode, tell you guys and tell you the backstory.
It's got to be more than one person, though.
It cannot be who email. Do not fucking email us with some crazy ass email thinking that is somebody else, but it's really you with the question, because I feel like that might happen.
I would absolutely love that. I would love every female listening to assume that we're talking about them from Joe's side, and we just get a flood of really, really, really bitter and ratchet emails saying, "Why are you talking about me on a podcast?" That'd be great.
Be great because a lot of people are so insecure about that shit.
Oh,
Anyway,
shade.
back
Calm
to what I
that
was.
down, sucker.
It's not really. I wouldn't really call it shade. I think you know as well as I do that a lot of women are like that. Not saying that all of them are, but yeah, they automatically. And we discussed this before
So what
when
you're
it came.
saying? So what you're saying is all women are the same? You see how I trapped you? You see how I
I'm
trapped you?
such a dirtbag. Yeah, I'm such a dirtbag. We're gonna get so much hate for that shit.
Oh yeah, we are.
But you know what? We'll take it. We love it because I think me and you have gotten our equal amount of hate over the past couple of what
I think that
one, 1 years.
our skin is so thick that it really wouldn't matter.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't be thin-skinned and hosting a podcast of this nature if you couldn't handle the backlash. So, you know,
backlash, the sense of humor that we have. No, you couldn't be able to handle
yeah,
this.
no,
Not the
definitely
average person, folks. This is not the average person's podcast. Believe me when I tell you, it's not.
This is not for the fickle or the
Yeah,
easily triggered. That's all we can
not,
say.
not for the weak. It's not for the weak. Anyway, see how passionate I got right there. But back to the topic. I feel like me being in the situation I was in where the woman was the breadwinner that brought in more money and had the better job. Again, I didn't mind it. I actually applauded that, and I encourage whoever well, back then, whoever I was with, to do a lot better than the situation that they were currently in, or even succeed even further. I encourage that stuff.
Of
It didn't
course.
bother me as much, but it did. After a while being with the person for quite some time, getting used to the person, and et cetera, et cetera, you do sometimes in certain situations feel a little, a little small. The best way to put it is,
Okay.
so which I guess for a lot of people in these situations, mainly men, I would assume they feel the same way.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of men wouldn't have reacted the way I reacted, or even been in that situation. They would have asked the woman on probably the first, second, or third date, whatever. How are you doing? What's your job? They would say, "Oh yeah, well, I'm in IT, or I'm in tech, and
Right.
I'm making this amount of money, whatever." Or, I'm not even sure people even discuss that shit, but
I
I think they do.
don't
Yeah.
think we do. No.
Nowadays, you can kind of get the idea of where they work. If they say I'm a graphic designer, or if they say like I'm a manager someplace, you can
Yeah.
kind of guess
I mean,
that they're.
you gauge it based upon their career and their lifestyle as of course shown via social media and through conversation. You can grasp a little bit, and of course, if you ever get into their where they dwell, when you walk in there, you can see usually a person's financial status is absolutely reflected in their home. So
Their home, or sometimes their appearance.
or the vehicle they drive.
Oh, that's true. That is true. But
So would you say that you felt a little emasculated after a while
no,
for being with somebody?
not really.
Okay.
I just felt these spur of the moment type, like these these situations every now and then that would occur, to where we would go out someplace, or we would meet people.
Awesome. Give an example.
So okay,
Tell a
so
story. Give us a story. Story, story,
I
story.
know I know exactly why he's asking me this. So I know exactly why he's asking me for a story. This he's so slick. Um, I remember a time when we were at a very prestigious, high class restaurant. When I say prestigious, I live in New York. Jason used to live here, but now is not living here. Lives in Florida, so he knows the expenses and the restaurants and the clubs up here. He knows they're expensive. He's experienced it as well as I did, or do rather. Um, so at that time, I didn't know much of the 5-star scenario or lifestyle in the
Right.
city.
You were not aware of the higher class or the stuff. I get it.
Right. Until said person came into my life,
You're
that's when
right.
I started to open up to all these. I feel like these magical fucking high end places. I
Right.
mean, it's the best way I can describe these very high end restaurants and places that I never knew even existed. I finally got the chance to even see them, even partake in them, and
Rooftop
even went to
rooftop restaurant.
rooftop restaurants. I'm talking
Really?
about.
Oh my
No,
god.
I'm talking about rooftop restaurants. I'm talking about rooftop lounges.
Oh my
Very
god.
chill places. Um, like very relaxed, high end chill places where the music is so low and the ambience is so perfect that you can
Right.
hear someone fucking cut a slice of bread and it would, no, it wouldn't even bother you. Like everything was just so chill. This place in particular though was just a restaurant, but a
Okay.
very prestigious restaurant. I mean, when you walk in, first of all, you cannot walk in there without wearing a collared shirt. You
Right.
cannot walk in there without wearing. You have to have your shit wrinkle. I mean, not wrinkle. I'm sorry. You have to have your shit
Irons.
ironed. You have to be all tucked in, shoes, the works.
Man, that must have been like a cultural shock for you, man.
It was, oh God. First of all, you're a dick. Second of all, second of all, I love you to death though. I love this guy to death. But he's a dick for that comment. But this was this was no, but this in a way, what he said, even though what he said it's not entirely true. What was true about what he said was that I was shocked by the atmosphere in which I was in. Now, I was told by said person to get prepared and come to this place.
Mhm.
So I didn't see the reviews. I didn't look at the restaurant. I just got the address. At that time, I was driving. We
Mhm.
drove, parked. It was in I think right near NYU in the city.
Please,
Very
God,
good
tell me
place.
you were in proper attire. Please tell me you were in proper attire.
Man, I was on point that night.
Oh, okay, I was making sure because
Yeah,
I felt like you were gonna say I went there and I was wearing the wrong stuff and you.
no.
Okay,
I
okay, sorry.
one thing about me is, and you actually know this because you know me well, and the last time we even I even came down there, you know that I immediately had to go to the fucking mall and to get some proper attire and to get, I already know how to do all that stuff. But I went there and I
Allegedly.
had on I had on, I had on the khaki pants, fitted khaki pants. I had a collared shirt, short sleeve, but it was tucked in. I had nice brown I forgot what they're called. These shoes, but there's like a European way of saying European brand. Uh what's the fucking, I'm sorry to get off topic. What's the brand shoe that they had in the Kingsman? Remember?
God, what
Well,
is it called?
oh, he said
It's no because you could also get them at Walmart. What are they called again?
they're called Oxfords.
Okay.
Oxfords, yes, they were Oxford shoes. Anyway,
So you
not
bought so you got the discount around the Oxfords from Walmart.
this guy. He's fucking.
Oxford. They look good though. They look good when you shine them up. They look good.
I,
Those
yeah,
you got the slip on ones, right? The ones you just
I'll
slip. You
I'll
slip.
shine them. I'll shine them up, and you just bend over, and I'll shove it right. so so
Ain't nothing wrong
I
with Oxfords, man. Nothing wrong with them at all. Just saying, they look good.
I was looking pretty. I was looking really good. The said person at the time looked even looked even better.
I need you to send me a photo later.
Yeah, I don't even need to because it's on Instagram. But even looked ten
Okay,
times
okay. I
better.
just need a date. You find me a date. I'll just scroll through it. Carry on though. Carry on though. I keep interrupting your
Oh
talk.
no, it's okay, man, because I know how
Just so
excited you are.
fine.
I know.
I want to pose a question to the gentleman listening. Have you ever had a friend who had an ex who looked mind-blowingly attractive, and you could never understand how that friend of yours got with that girl? Email me, commiserate with me, please, because I'm telling you right now, I have no idea how this man, even if he was for a week, how he had that. You know, I don't see it. It's crazy. Not to say that my man isn't a catch, but holy hell, either he has the best game in town, or he had the best game in town, or she was slumming it for a couple months. I don't know what to say, but she, amazing, so amazing, and I don't feel ashamed at all to admit this, not only on the mic but directly to his face, like I always do. That um, if I could have stolen her from him, I would have, and if I ever get a chance to hook up with her, I will, and I'll tell him about it. Yeah.
Jason needs to check his rug.
Check my rug,
Yeah,
you some bitch.
the one
I
right, the
I
run
know
front of where you're sitting.
I know what you did in my home, you son of a bitch. Everywhere.
So, with that being said, I remember.
Yep, I lost you completely. I can't hear a word you're saying. Nope, can't hear a word you're saying. So yeah, so when I said that, oh, there he goes. Are you no? Yes. This sucks. What did you do? No, I can't hear you.
How about now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry
Welcome
about that,
back.
folks.
Welcome back.
These are like a bootleg from Walmart.
Oh, you got those with the Oxfords.
I got these with the Oxfords, and I got these
No,
with
the Oxfords. They're pronounced Oxfords. The
yes,
discount ones.
yeah,
In
clothes.
Walmart,
Yeah,
Oxfords.
all your clothes that you get from Walmart as well. I got them as well. I
Listen,
picked.
listen. They are fantastic. They iron out really well. They look really good. Okay,
This is how we get it back at each other, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't live near each other, so we have to do insults from like thousands of miles away, just so that we feel, you know, we feel the brotherhood. This is what we do. All the insults, they just compile up into these podcasts that we do, and we just spew them out.
The best time that I ever had with this man was when I had big giant headphones on my ears and I couldn't hear a word he was saying, and I was listening to all the music he wasn't listening to, and I was dancing with other people. Best night of my life with him. What is when I really wasn't around him or talking with him.
That was a good night, though. You have
It
to
was a
admit.
good night. No, it was a really good night. It was
It was a really.
fantastic. Could you imagine that we didn't want to go? You remember that, right? You didn't want to go. Your fiance didn't want to go. I didn't really want to go.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? At the time, I think we stayed until it closed, didn't it?
We did. We did. We stayed till it closed.
Oh
That's
my
the thing.
God.
And we were just dreading it. You know, we were just kind of tired. But we said, yeah, we'll go. Remember in the car ride, we were like, yeah, we'll stay for an hour or two. Dude, an hour or two. Dude,
Look at that.
we left at 5 in the morning. Okay, I mean, that was one of those. It was such a great night. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
this man came up here to New York. How long did you stay again? For like 3 days, 4 days?
3 days. 3 days. Yeah.
He came up here for 3 days. He has family here, which, by the way, they are amazing. And he came to chill with me and my fiance at the time, and my fiance's friends, who didn't even live in New York themselves. They lived in Jersey. We
Right.
met them at this silent party, which, for those who don't know what a silent party is when you go to a party and you have those big fucking headphones on that turn into, and you can switch them from different colors
Yeah, with
because
different lights. Yeah,
different colors represent different DJs that play different types of music.
it's
It
great.
is amazing, and you could switch between any type of music you want.
Yep.
No one knows what the fuck you're listening to unless you all put on the same type of
The same
music.
color. Yeah, if you're all the same color. It's
And
funny.
loved it so much that he went back to Florida to look for
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
own silent party in
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah. I mean, I've missed a couple of them, but there's nobody to go with, man. Listen, my people suck. So nobody wants to go to a silent party, but those things are off the chain. And that was such a
We would be
unique
going.
experience, and I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed it a whole lot. I mean, it's a bunch of people dancing it to different music, so everybody's doing their own thing. So if you take when you take off your headphones and you just look around, and all you hear is feet stamping on the ground, it's such a surreal experience. You know, you just look at all you see, all you hear is it's quiet. All you hear is, and that's it. And you don't know what
That's it.
anybody's doing. And I did it once. I looked around. I was like, this is some shit.
No, it was absolutely amazing. It was so
It
much
was
fun.
great. It was great.
I will tell you though, now that we're talking about it, when I come up in, I believe January, you said we're doing the
Yes, the 100th
the-
episode for the other
the cel-
podcast.
yes, for the celebration. Why don't we do that, man? I'll come up here
If there's one around, yeah. If there's one around.
if there's one around, and let's just fucking go. Because I'm telling you right now, even if me and you just go,
No, if it's me and
does-
you, I mean, me and
matter?
you, we are the party. So I mean, that's not a joke. Okay, we are the party. That's it. So I'm not concerned if it's just me and you. We have we'll have a group ourselves. So that's what's up. Anyway, continue your story. We're really digressing here.
No, we are, but you know what? It's for the good of the podcast because
It is for the good of the podcast.
we talk. If we talk like this the entire time, we'll be here for like another 3 hours, which is great
Yes.
because we just talk about a random shit and it's fantastic. But to go back on the topic that we were talking about, we went to this prestigious high-end 5-star restaurant that I have never been to before called the Gotham Bar and Grill. Please
Wow.
sponsor us. So
It's good. It's good. It's good.
stuff. It's good stuff. So I being the person that I was back then, beforehand, I've been to many expensive restaurants before that she came into my life, and I've been to many expensive clubs, lounges, and hotels. But the atmosphere that she brought me into when it came to certain things like restaurants and stuff like that, I have never experienced before in my life. This place, first of all, when everybody goes to an expensive ass restaurant, the portions are like this big.
Right.
Depending on what you get. I had like fucking lamb. I never ate lamb before like that. It was like this fucking big, man. Lamb covered the entire, no, not even covered. Just I'm exaggerating. The plate was like this big, and this is how big the lamb was, like that. Right. I had a side of like what looked like to be some fucking peas or some shit. Peas, I don't know what it was. And then on the other side, it had like a couple of strings of salad or whatever. I don't like
A couple of strings of salad.
when I tell you, man. When I tell you the amount of the hunger that I was feeling after we left this place, I think that if I remember correctly, I quickly and silently got something to eat when she was sleeping. Because that's how hungry I was after eating that. Ready for this bill? $215 bill, I think, or $230 bill for 2 fucking people. All right. And at that night, I had to use a credit card that I did not want to use because I would, save it for a rainy day. So mind you, she probably could have whipped out whatever cash and card that she had, bank
Right.
account, paid for the whole thing, and then left with still having however much money she had in her account.
Mhm.
Perfect. Me, I had to struggle with getting out my fucking credit card.
Okay, but
So, but and
you
but
said it
the-
was her idea, though. You said it was her idea to go to
her
this thing.
idea. It was her idea, but it made me feel that the idea of it made me feel a little weird and kind of, again, I'm gonna use this term, low, only because of the fact that, like, if I at that time was more well, I mean, I was financially good, but not that good. If
Right.
if it was 100%, I probably would say I was about 80%. Excuse me. If I was about 100%, I would have felt a lot better and wouldn't even have cared to spend that $230 bill on 2 people. 'Cause I wouldn't.
I agree.
It would have been nothing to me. It would have been like chump change.
Right.
But for certain people out there, and there's nothing wrong with this because the world we live in is, poverty stricken anyway. But for some
Well,
people,
that's depressing.
I mean, it is. Let's to be real. But for some people out there, it would have been a struggle, man. And a lot of people wouldn't even probably have even stepped out of their house to even go to a place like that. They probably
True.
went to a 3-star place or a maximum 4. So at the same time, I chose to come here to keep up with the status of the person who I was with financially when I was even on the same fucking level.
Right. So you felt but you are you saying that you felt pressured into keeping up with the Joneses when it came to her?
Of course, pressured. Feeling pressured was definitely one of the feelings I've had, and you know that as well as I do because I told you this before. Feeling pressured half the time in the relationship was one of the main components of how I felt.
Right.
I mean, came to a point where it was so crazy that a slice of pizza in New York is, first of all, by the way, is not cheap, ladies and gentlemen. A slice of pizza in New York, if you get a dollar slice of pizza, which from the dollar places, which is
delicious,
amazing,
freaking delicious,
amazing,
delicious.
$1 for pizza. Now, if you go to a pizza place that does not sell it, obviously for $1, we're talking about $3 to $4. Sometimes specialty pizzas, anywhere between 6 to 7 for one slice.
Right.
You got toppings or whatever it is. One, I remember but this just sparked in my head just now a conversation I had with a couple of my friends that live over here in New York and the ex that were in the car, and for some reason the topic of pizza just sprung up. Why, I have no idea. So my friend that was sitting in the back seat, because she was at the time my ex was sitting in the passenger seat, said to me, he goes to me, we ate this style of pizza because I guess I picked him up from the city, so he was with somebody else. Yeah, we ate this style of pizza. It was fantastic. We were hungry. Blah blah blah. Here she goes spewing out, ew, dollar pizza. I get my pizza from blah 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 blah, and everyone in the car was like, okay, and my, my friend Sean at the time was like, what's wrong with dollar pizza? And she goes, I'd something about how I'd rather pay extra for a good quality slice of pizza rather than just getting it for $1. And he took that so he was so offended by that that I had to I felt embarrassed. I felt a little embarrassed. I was like, what the fuck? It's just pizza. If you're hungry, people are gonna get. You know how many people fucking buy dollar pizzas at lunch?
Mhm.
Today there was a line out the fucking door,
Mhm.
and I work right near 34th Street, and it just is insane. You can't possibly talk like that. And you're a New Yorker. Who the
Mhm.
fuck are you? So that comment and that conversation was a little weird, especially because number one, it was about pizza of all things, and number two, just the basis of how she was kind of spoke kind of it just was speaking volumes about the financial status of her, and it again made me feel pressured and low at the time because here's me working the job that I was working, and a good job at that, but not as much, if not even close to what she
Mhm.
was making at the time.
But then here's the thing. So you're implying that she was or is a little bougie, and it's possible. However, when you guys came to visit, she had no problem staying at my place. She had no problem. I'm just saying. She speak right now.
Hi.
Speak. Okay, good. I was making sure. I thought the mic went out. No, but she had no problem staying at my place. She had no problem taking my offspring's room. I didn't give you guys my bedroom. I gave you guys my kids' room. And
You're a
so I
good
mean,
man.
like, so with that being said, so I mean, a truly bougie girl would be like, no, I'm not gonna stay at your boy's place. We're gonna get a hotel, a nice hotel on Miami Beach. I don't live anywhere near Miami Beach. I live 20, 30 minutes away from Hollywood Beach.
You actually
So how do
live.
you how can we reconcile between the two things? If she's bougie like this, where a dollar pizza is beneath her, but then coming to Florida and staying at your boy's house, and again, my apartment is nice, but it's again, it's homely, it's cozy,
Right.
it's not something you bring to impress a woman. I was just being a
It's not
friend and
built.
saying, hey, stay by my place. So how do you reconcile between her being bougie but also, I guess, being frugal at the same time? Because it's hard for me to think, okay, well, a girl who looks down on dollar pizza and likes high end things would also be like, sure, cool, let's go stay at your boy's place and you know borrow his car, as opposed to like, let's we can hang out with your boy, but he's gonna come to our penthouse overlooking the water, and we're renting a nice car,
I
kind of
think
thing.
it was. I think it was. Yeah, and I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, at the time and even now, I'm not just thinking about it. I don't get it either. It just it's kind of weird to me in a way because
Exactly.
it's kind of weird to me. I'm not gonna lie to you because I think maybe part of it or one of the main reasons of it is because comfortability. Like I think she just like got. I think it was like the comfortable part. Plus there was the part where because this is the best we can get, let's just settle. That's another reason why I feel like
But was it? I mean, if she's high, if she's balling like that, how is this the best that she can get?
probably because another reason now is I'm saying probably because honestly between me and you I don't even know.
Okay,
If I knew, I would have been told you already, but
of
I
course.
don't even know. I think another reason why is because I had mentioned at the time I was like my one of my best friends lives in Miami, and he's been living there for years. He's got his own place. If we're going and we went to some stupid ass fucking some stupid fucking convention thing for this. I got brainwashed into this bullshit, some period scheme.
Oh yeah. That's why you
Yeah,
like really came
fuck
down. I completely forgot.
stupid,
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
reason
some
why you came down.
dumb shit, some fucking dumb shit. Anyway, and I was like, instead of having to pay, and I mentioned this for a
Mhm.
hotel or whatever, let's just stay at, I'll ask him and see if we could stay there for the remaining days that we were gonna be there. She, if I remember correctly, didn't have an issue with it, but I felt like she did. Just didn't say anything. I felt like
Mhm.
she. Um. So when we did, we came and I presented you the idea of us staying, and you were okay with it. You were cool, and we did it. And I didn't really hear any complaints throughout the entire trip. The only thing I did hear was, you know what? Let me not say that. That's kind of messed up. Let me not even say that. I was gonna make a really quick, snappy joke. But you know what? Maybe I should, because we don't even know who's listening to this. So
All I know is the only complaint you could ever she could have given you was randomly waking up to me breathing near her. So that's about it. That's the only complaint, and I made sure I made I made sure that I told her this is just a dream, and I was like, this is just a dream, ooh, So
you were literally a couple of feet away from her.
inches, dude, that was inches, centimeters away. So.
No wonder why I heard that shit at night.
I convinced y'all it was a ghost, man. That's all I could say.
Was you and the fucking ghost, the both of you,
Yeah.
breathing in the room. But
This
fucking
is me. This is me next to the ghost. You seen this shit? Yeah, man. She's hot.
breathing so fucking hard and shit.
Not my fault. She slept in a friggin' oversized shirt and probably just drawers.
It was actually one night it was nothing.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, I know. I know. Oh my god.
You okay? Breathe, breathe, breathe.
Mm-mm.
Just breathe.
It was ridiculous.
We can only imagine who listens to this fucking. I can't. Oh man.
I mean, I just, she is probably one of the single most beautiful women I've ever met, and that's just reality. And I mad kudos to you for holding that down for as long as you did. I don't know how you did that.
By a
Um,
thread. By a thread. By a thread.
by a
By
threat.
a.
Yeah, I figured it was by threats. What
Yeah.
did you partner with?
I don't know. I must have had a very strong rope or thread that I was holding on.
You know what is though is I could tell you right now that girls like her or girls in general, when it comes to guys like us, they get a moment in their life where they're feeling a certain way. They're like, I need something different. I want to try a different guy, and we end up being that different guy. And I won't be surprised if when she got with you and it was probably very genuine. She was like, I want something different, and here you come along, and you're a different guy. You're a genuine guy, probably different than the egotistical guys on her level.
Exactly.
She wanted to date something different, and you came along. It used to happen to me a lot, where I'd catch these girls that I'm not their type, but
Yeah.
they're you know what? I want to try something different. Oh, Jason's different. Hey, until you get tired, and you're like, you know what? I want to go back to what I'm used to. The scumbags or the egotistical guys or the typical guys. It's hard to, if you're not attracted to our personality or our genuineness or our I guess chivalry. It'll be good for a while. It's like having a dessert. After a while, you can only have so much dessert till you're ready to go back to fast food or whatever. So
Because people, again, and with that being said, people nowadays don't understand the value that our type has. And I'm not going to boost our egos, but at the same time, I am, because we have all the proof and action that we can back up and need. I don't need to go ahead and validate um how nice of a person that we both are when it comes
right,
to being, when it comes to women, because our actions speak way louder than what the fuck we have
of
to say.
course, of
And
course,
I knew back then that I was way out of my league and way out of what the fuck I was doing. I mean, again, I'm not an ugly. I personally don't think I'm an ugly person, but look wise. But
yeah, you're right.
yeah. But at the same time, at the same time, I literally just I went for it which is something I usually don't ever do when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to women. That just obviously before I met my fiance,
Mm-hmm.
I never usually just fucking went for it. I usually always had one of them or some of them come to me, and then the conversations would spark, and then I would go ahead and just take it from there and take off. But this first ever of an approach, and then starting from there from scratch, was I again out of my league? Yes, I was. Probably messed up a lot in the process, but something like you said, she saw in me, and she just gravitated to that, and being the type of person that she was, or I guess is now. I don't, again, ladies and gentlemen, I don't speak to this person that for the past 3-4 years I haven't spoken,
Oh
but
God, it's been that long now.
2000, what do
It
we
hasn't been. It
19,
hasn't been that long. It
2006.
hasn't.
It was 6.
2016.
Yeah,
It's been
16
that.
actually.
It's been
Yes,
that long.
yes. I know,
Years.
I know, I
Why am I
know.
still following this girl on social media? She's way beyond like my level of whatever. Oh well.
Yeah, but I feel like this podcast is strictly about her. This is crazy. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
not podcast,
because
but the show
no,
itself
no,
today.
this particular episode, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I
but
like it.
but I now experiencing what I experience. Obviously, we learn from our mistakes,
I
and
was just
B
about to
from
ask you that. If you learn, have you learned from the experience? And okay, here's a better question. So, as we've given a couple of examples, a lot of tangents on, being with somebody who's making more than you. Would you ever do it again? Would you ever consider? Well, I mean, all right, you are, committed, and you have a fiance and you have nuptials coming up. But l- pretend just for a few minutes that you were a single man. Would you ever consider pursuing or engaging or humoring another woman who was the breadwinner who made more money than you?
yes, I would, and
Really?
yeah,
Why
I
is
would.
that?
I wouldn't go for them personally. I mean, I wouldn't go for them. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. That they would not be the only type I would go for.
No, no, no. I'm not saying that you'd seek out a woman, but I'm saying let's say you're a single man, God forbid, and you're out there, you're vibing with a woman, and you find out she's a CFO of some company, and you realize that wow, this chick must be making 6 figures, and I'm making five, and this is just in a general course of dating. Would that turn you off, or would you be okay with still humoring her and getting to know her, even though you knew she would make more money after your previous experience?
Yeah, I would, because I think for me personally, the money doesn't outweigh the type of person that you are. As cliche as that sounds, I don't look at, again, this is today's society that does this. Me personally, I don't look at money as the all seeing, all doing, all going to be, and or be all type thing. I look at it as it's an addition to who you are as a
Right, of
person,
course. No,
or
no,
your status in life.
I'm not saying that you would it would impact your connection with them, but you already admitted that because you were dating somebody that lived on the higher end, you felt compelled to try and keep up and to spend money that was not
Oh yeah.
really in your budget. So knowing that that's how you felt before, no matter how nice this person is, with your experiences, could you really consider dating another woman who's making more money than you when you know you probably be placed in a position again where you need to spend more money than you really could, or
Yes, yes,
you
yes,
feel
and
like you
no.
need to? Okay,
Yes and no. Yes, yes to the fact that yes, I would be with somebody who was like that, and no to the fact that I would not um, catch. I would not be off guard with having to be pressured
okay,
with spending on her level. If I don't have it, I don't fucking have it.
right.
Back then, that wasn't my motto. Back then, I was a little bit starstruck. I won't lie to you, and I was a little bit.
No, I'm not gonna. I can't blame you.
Yeah, I was a little starstruck. I was a little, I wanted things to work out badly for more reasons than one. But
Right.
I did the stupid mistake of putting myself in, as the best way I can put it, some debt, and I did it for, yes, a woman, and that was the mistake I made. But would I do that again? Meaning, put myself in debt like that? No, I would
Mhm.
not. I would not. Absolutely not. I would not. I would straight up tell the person if I was in that position, if I had, was in that position and had that look. Um, you want to go to the Gotham Bar and Grill, you're gonna have to wait until I get paid or something. You have to wait
Right.
until because I have responsibilities.
Of course.
I and this person obviously is gonna have to understand that I have goals that I want to set. You may want to go out and go to all these fancy schmancy restaurants and do these high end fucking things, but I like to travel. Uh, you know, many people don't even know that, but I do like to travel. I want to experience different things in different cultures. And what do you need the most when it comes to traveling? Money. You can't just
Right.
fucking hop on a plane and say, "Hey, I'm Joe Shanley. I'm gonna go ahead and go to fucking Aruba or something." They're not gonna let you. You got to pay for these
Mm.
things. And me having to now that the way I think now is way different than I wish I thought the same way back then. I'm not gonna go ahead and spend $300 for two fucking people if
Right.
I don't have it. Whereas I can spend the $300 on a half of a plane ticket, or if not a plane ticket,
Let me ask you a
someplace.
question.
I don't want to do that.
Let me ask you
I
a
don't want.
question. When you guys came to visit in Florida, did you pay for her plane ticket?
You know what, dude? Wow, wow. Did I? I think I did. I think I did.
Okay, just curious.
I think I did. You wanna know why? Because I think. Wait, did I? I think. I feel like I did though. Because when I presented the idea of staying by you, I was like, yeah, we save a whole bunch of money by not blah blah blah. Staying someplace.
Right.
I think I actually did. I may be wrong though. I may be wrong. For some reason my gut is telling me that I did.
I think you did.
I think I
That's why
did.
that's why I asked the question. But that's the thing though. That's why I think you're a better man and you're closer to a nice guy than I am. Or you're still have maintained more of your nice guyness than I have, because I've been there. I have dated a woman that I consider to be um in a higher class than me, and I pulled out the A++ game to date her. I took her out on several dates that were over $200 each date. I think total on 4 dates I spent 2, 4, 6, maybe $700 on 4 dates.
And
Seven hundred.
you're not frugal with your money, but you
I'm
have
not.
responsibilities too.
I'm not
You
that
got
guy. Yeah,
responsibilities.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I pulled out also because I felt like she needed to be she needed to be impressed on that level, because of the kind of guys that I know that are attracted to her, because of the kind of people that she surrounds herself with, what I'm saying, like I needed to like step it up,
Yeah.
so I did that, I did 3 very ridiculous but very very well done dates. However, they were really expensive, and in the end, what do I have to show for it? I got rejected on date 4. You know what I'm saying? And to the point where I asked her, then why do we go on so many dates if you weren't digging it? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
After she rejected me, my mind immediately went down to like itemizing everything that I did to impress this woman. I'm just like, wait a minute now,
Right.
that was a lot of effort for nothing. I at least date me for a couple of months and dump me, but not even to get to that point and to reject me on date 4 randomly, and I didn't see it coming. Listen to the right. When I say I didn't see it coming, I didn't see it coming.
You didn't see it
I thought
coming.
I thought I was in there. So I I made it very clear, never again. Never again will I date a woman or attempt to court a woman that I believe that needs to be courted on a certain level that's either beyond my means or even if it's within my means. If so that's if you can't like enjoy a nice little simple beach date with me where we go out and have a mimosa and talk, no, I don't need to be dating you. And so when I had asked you whether you would do it again, and you said yes or no, but the fact about it is that you'd still court her. You just be more mindful. I wouldn't even bother, honestly. If
No,
I
you
know
wouldn't.
if I know you're about that high life, then I know that you're going to be expecting a certain kind of way to be courted, and I'm not that guy. And it's not even
Right.
like it's not within my means, but that money is better spent on my studio, on my kids, even on me at this point.
Well,
So,
me saying bringing up the scenario where I would be like I don't have it would
mhm.
probably cause so many problems where they would be like, you know what? Well, then I can't do this, and then that
Well,
would be it.
depending on the on how crappy or bougie the woman is, the woman can't understand that you don't have it, but that you're willing to try, then of course that's a deal breaker. You shouldn't be with her to begin with. But some of them might hang in there saying, well, eventually he might or he will, but I'm not even willing to risk meeting a woman like that who
Right.
who might be understanding, because in the end, I'm gonna be thinking, okay, well, when are you gonna be like, I could be dating a guy with a yacht who will take me on a yacht. What are you gonna take me out on a canoe? We're gonna go kayaking. So no, because this is the girl in question. I know she was taking out. Guys were taking out her on yachts. Guys were taking her to different locations. I knew this because she had been around. We were in communication. We dated a little bit first, kind of remained friends, more like associates, because whenever she needed me for media, she'd reach out to me, and she'd also throw me a bone or two. So I knew.
This was after you guys were together. You guys still kept in contact, or?
Yeah, because we originally dated like in 2009 for a little bit. But it was very, very brief. I wasn't looking really for anything, and it just didn't work out. But we remained in contact-ish, um, because we had a misunderstanding. Because right after her, I ended up getting with a good friend of mine who, that's a whole other ridiculous story. And she thought, well, wow, that was, you know, uh, you moved on really fast, and I'm just like, you dumped me. So like, what did you
Why not?
expect?
Why not? Yeah.
You
Why
know, saying
not?
like I didn't break up with you, or whether you dumped me, and I tried to make it work, and
Pretty much.
whatever. So that was then, but then years went by, and I changed and she changed, and I literally said, listen, on paper we sound perfect. You know what I mean by sound perfect? We support each other, we help each other out, we respect each other, we really, really, really try and help further each other's goals, whether it's scholastically, business, or creatively. We get along. We are on the same intelligent level. Like when you put it down on paper, I was like, we sound perfect together. We need to try this again. So and of course, when she had reached out randomly, I don't know what she was. I don't even remember what she was reaching out for. I think she was just trying to check in with me, because we would do that, and we'd go out a couple of times. We would party a couple of times throughout the times, and there was still connection there, but nobody ever made a move. I was like, there was just no point, or she was with somebody, or I was with somebody. So when she reached out and say hi, I said, let me stop you right there. Go out on a date with me. That's exactly what I said,
Bold.
and she was like, well, yeah, and I was like, fantastic. She's like, this weekend. I'm like, oh shit. Because it was like a Thursday, and I like to plan these stupid elaborate things, and I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. And I was just like banging my head on the table, like, what in the hell am I gonna do? I said, this girl, if I'm gonna get a second chance with her, I've got to like really, because one of her problems was in 2009 when we first started, is that she felt like I didn't try to impress her. She said that to me. She's like, you probably impressed all these other girls, but you didn't try and impress me. And I was just like, I mean, what do you mean? So that always stayed in the back of my mind, and she always felt like that I never even tried to impress her. And I get it. So when the time came, I said, I'm gonna impress the fuck out of you this time,
Right.
right?
Yeah. You're gonna go all out.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna show you that you mean something. I'm gonna show you that you're worthwhile. I'm gonna show you that I mean business. That I want a relationship. And that's what I did. And I did it based upon on a level that I know she would expect and appreciate. I don't think a Chili's date would have worked for this chick. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, about $700 in 4 dates, and mind you, the fourth one is where I get rejected. Uh, I
That
can't
yeah.
I can't
That's a
I can't see myself doing that again. Like I just don't. I don't see myself going that far. I didn't say I'm not going to impress a woman. I didn't say I'm not gonna show them a good time. But to put that much money and effort into it in the beginning, it's not going to happen anymore. I'm sorry, and it sucks because she, for whatever reason, her rejection of me ruined it for the future, because the guy that I was died that night. I've never felt the need to impress a woman on that level, or impress a woman at
that's
all.
fine. That's fine. Because
Ever since that.
your experience made you pretty much
Correct.
who you are
So
today in that sense.
So, which is another thing. Again, I'm not bitter, but I realize that even your best it may not be good enough for women. So, you know what? They might as well earn your best. Just give them your good in the beginning. Give them a good, but give them your good, because and go from there. And that's how I feel. But like I said, you're a better man than me, and I always thought this, because you have been through as much as I have been through, but you've regained or maintain a lot more of your positivity than I have when it comes to the opposite sex. Why me now? I'm just like, pretty much I don't have the tolerance for it. So I will
Because you're
never
sick of
again.
it. Yeah,
I
you're
will
sick
never.
of it.
So yeah, I'll never again date attempt to court a woman who I believe is in a higher class than me, or expects a higher class, because I will not. It's not that I can't deliver. I won't deliver. At least not in the beginning. You got
Yeah,
to earn that
because
from me.
because
You
you're
have to earn that from me.
that's and I agree with you to a very big extent, and there are certain parts of me that actually do feel the same way, but you have had that experience, and you were sick of it, and you are sick of it, and I completely understand. A lot of
Right.
people out there feel the same way because you're backed into a corner figuratively, and you don't want to you don't want to fight back, but at the same time you just get tired, man. You get tired of having to
Yeah.
be put in situations like that, and then shit happens where it just doesn't the
Yeah.
outcome is so bad, and you
Yeah.
get tired, you get sick of it.
And yeah,
So
don't get me wrong. I mean, the rejection wasn't like, "Oh, you're ugly, get away from me," but it was a
right.
rejection. So it wasn't earth shattering. I did like her a lot. I cared about her a lot. I did a lot, but the fact is that what I just felt like, oh my God, all that effort. It's like studying really hard and preparing really hard for a project for school or for work, and then failing. So you look
Completely.
like all that work, like you get a huge F, and you're like, all that work I did.
For
What else?
nothing.
What else could I have done to
Yeah,
earn a
for
better grade?
nothing.
And so that's where how I look at it. It was an absolute failure, but it was a very expensive and very flashy, but and very probably one of the best failures I've ever had. You know what I'm
I
saying?
Yeah.
But still, uh, you know, failing with style is still failing. You know what I'm saying?
Hundred percent.
You can give me a big fat F with glitter and stars all over it. It's still an F.
Still an F. You just made it look
So
pretty.
you know what I'm saying? And so I failed in style, but I'd rather have not at all. Either not failed by either her not rejecting me up front, or by not trying as hard as I did. So
You
now,
just you just ran into an experience where it changed you so much that if you had to if you had even had like a glimpse of a woman trying to be the same way or acting like that, you would immediately be like, nah, fuck this
yeah,
shit.
yeah, it would be a
Fuck
red flag for me.
this. Fuck
It would
this.
be a red flag, and you know what? It's funny because I might turn away from somebody who might be really good because
Right.
of that red flag. But
Right.
unfortunately, I don't want to risk it. I'd rather be alone than attempt to court another woman who either needs it, or is implied by her behavior that she does, expects a
And
higher
that's fine.
class of courting. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
fine. Yeah, that's fine. And I again, if you experience these things and the next person that you talk to or get to know, and you see a glimpse of what you experienced, you're gonna run for the fucking hills.
Oh yeah.
Because if it was a bad experience, then you're definitely gonna run, and I mean full fucking speed. But
Yep.
if it was like an experience where it was not as bad, but at the same time it ended in a very good way, then maybe you might give that new person the second chance if they kind of show the same type of you know uh characteristics.
Right.
But that's some people. That's not everybody. Some people
Right.
just will fuck it all, kind of like you, and just be like, you know what? I don't care if you're like this or this. If it's similar to what I experienced, get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here. I'm not
Yeah.
dealing with it. But yeah, I have a different heart for certain people. I feel like I embody the exact name of this podcast because I do. My conscience is probably my weakest trait of me. Of
Hmm.
me. My conscience is very heavy. It's very big. If it was a person, if it was like if I had to describe the way my conscience is as a living embodiment, a living thing, an entity, I would say, that guy from the Game of Thrones, which actually you can go watch that. There's a dude in Game of Thrones who plays the Mountain character, the Mountain. He's
Right.
fucking huge, huge. I mean, like he in real life, he's big. He's world class, everything. And he's from Iceland. Looks like a fucking like overjacked Viking. Um, if I had to choose an embodiment or an entity of how my conscious is, I'd say that physically, but
Hmm.
in the mind, very nice and caring, like a teddy
Right.
bear. And it's always that. I always feel that way when it comes to how my conscience is, because I it would kick in and I just start feeling these certain feelings where I have to do what I have to do to make the person I'm with incredibly happy.
And it's funny because I used to be that way.
Yeah, he
I
did.
used to be that way. When I say that, when I was courting women, I felt the need to show them, to make sure that they know they're special. I felt the need to do very cliche things, really nice things. The minute I met a girl, I was like, you know what? That's it. I want to send her flowers. That's it. I want to take her out. You know what I'm saying? Now that behavior, it's not gone, but it doesn't come innate or natural to me anymore. I have to
No,
drag it out.
gotta drag it
I
out
I
bad.
have to
Yep.
drag it out. Like, oh my God, okay, so I'm taking this girl out. Okay, well, okay, I definitely have to buy her a rose and some chocolate. It's more of like a checklist and a chore now.
Yeah, it
More
is.
so than more so than
It
that
is.
that 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 intense feeling where I'm like, yep, I gotta order this and that and prepare
Yeah.
this, and it's, again, I'm not dead inside, ladies and gentlemen. But what I am is I guess you can say very, very, very guarded, to the point where it's unintentional. I'm unintentionally guarded. You know what I'm saying? So that guy that is known for that crazy stuff, he's probably still in there, but he's so wrapped up like a mummy and then behind a locked vault behind the Great Wall of China, that I have to bang on that door saying, "Hey, by the way, listen, girl, what do I gotta do?" Gotcha. All right. So
he
no,
has
it's
to
true.
ask. He has to ask that person
Yeah,
the
I have
same
to.
way. The same way I just described my conscience.
Yeah,
His conscience is someone that is locked up, and you can't even reach that person. And the
it
only
it
way, and the only way to go ahead and even remotely or figuratively like like even ask that person what to do, or in terms of that, the way he just, because I'm thinking about it right now visually,
right.
is like banging on the door, like he said, and hearing that faint echo.
Yeah,
Yeah, just do this, and
yeah,
coming right back at you, and then you go ahead and do it. It's not like you're just
yeah,
doing it.
yeah.
You have to
It's
feel, you have to
I,
get
I
it
have
deep.
I have to I have to remind myself that you've got to do certain things, if you're really interested in courting a woman. And like, actually, it's funny, like there was one example where I was talking to a girl, and we were gonna go out with her daughter. We are gonna go see this movie. It was going to be like a movie night where you lay out on the grass. It's really cool, you know what I'm saying? But then last minute, the girl's, you know, daughter's father said, "Okay, let me have my child." Okay, so okay, plans change, because now we're not going to do that. Of course, let's do something real. Now, the old Jason would have backup plans, or he'd have an idea, or he'd just go open it. He's like, "Okay, well, let me take her here." And I'm just like, "Okay, so what do you want to do?" That's basically what I
Wow.
said. You know
That's
what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I'm like, oh, come on. And she's like, well, whatever you want to do. I'm sitting there racking my brain, like, I don't even know what I want to do. I already had the plan, and the plan's gone, and there's no, like, now I got to do what? Find something and look up something
there's no
special.
fire. There was no fire. Nothing.
No,
It was
no, and,
literally
and you know what I'm
perfect.
saying, and it's a shame, because I do miss that guy, because he got smitten very easily by women, very smitten, and he would make you feel so special, in the beginning. He really would, without you having to earn a thing. Why? Because he felt like he had to prove something to you. He had to earn the chance with you. That's exactly how I thought. I gotta earn the chance with the women that I choose to court. And now I'm just like, I'm gonna be me, and you're either gonna see my potential, and then you will earn the best of me. You're not gonna get that up front, and that's not. Some people say, well, that's the reason why you're single. And I'm like, yeah, it is the reason why I'm single. That, and because I've got a low tolerance for crap. But that extravagant stuff, I can't see myself. I can't even picture myself doing that again for another woman, because you would have to be one hell of a woman to bring that guy back out. And people say, yeah, when you find the right one, he'll come back. And I'll be like, yeah, but the right one has to really, like,
That's good.
see my potential and stick around
I'm sure you've
and
heard that before. I'm sure you
what
heard, yeah, only the right one comes in and will change your whole mind. I'm sure you've heard that millions of times.
I have, but that's only if your mind needs to be is open and willing to change. If it's open to change, and again, like I said, I'm not a dickhead. I'm not gonna like not open your car door or whatever. But understand, it comes from a place of checklist. This is what I should do, not oh my God, I'm a gentleman, and I'm a gentleman that opens up that door. You know what I'm saying? It's what I know I should do, but it's not something that I'm feeling innately anymore. At least not in the beginning. And it's a shame. It's a shame.
It
But
is. It really is. It
all right,
really
well,
is.
final thoughts, Joe. Why don't you give us your final thoughts on this topic when it comes to dating women who have I don't know, higher bank account, higher class, or expect more?
Higher thoughts. Please, if you are in a situation, again, speaking to the men, because the women, this is strictly for the topic of women being uh, the main squeeze, as they say, the bacon, bringing in the bacon. For the guys who are in situations like this, or they're about to be in situations like this, please understand that you may in the beginning agree to want to be in this situation, be with that person, be with that woman, but deep down inside, you may feel like it's really bothersome, and you may feel embarrassed. And if that's the case, just because she looks like a fucking 10 plus plus does not mean that you have to settle for just her looks. Now, again, people might shun me for what I just said, and be like, yeah, you know what, fuck you. Like, looks is what
Oh,
the first thing. No, I'm saying looks is the first thing that people see when you meet somebody.
agree.
Correct, and that's pretty much common sense. For what the past millions of years. But at the same time, understand that when you get to know that person, and they look, of course, banging, but their bank accounts are also banging, and yours is not. It's dry as shit. Please understand that there are going to be times when you will feel a certain way. And if you're okay with that, then what I'm saying does not even matter to you, and you just love the person for who they are, and whatever crap that, not a crap, but whatever financial status that they're in, you accept it. And you
Mm-hmm.
even probably have motivation from that person that you're with, which is fantastic, to do better yourself and make much more than that person. Kudos to you.
Mm-hmm.
But when in regards to that, I think that people, specifically men, should not feel a way about their woman being the breadwinners of the relationship or family. Women nowadays are being are becoming more and more powerful in every aspect of life, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to how they were, of course, back in the day. Now they are doing a hell of a lot more things. They're doing almost the same shit, if not more, than what guys do, and they should honestly, in every right, uh, you know, be in that position where they feel like they're doing something with their life. Now, if you
Right,
have if
we're not challenging that. What we are saying though is that a woman who is successful and is on the top of her game, even though she does her own, she's Miss Independent, she still expects though in most cases still clings to the old tradition where the man has to take you out, the man has to pay, the man has to do
oh
things,
100%.
and because you are in a certain bracket, you expect that they have to raise to that level or higher to maintain with you. And that's the thing though, is that I can't see how an independent woman making their bread, knowing that they got it themselves, will then still subconsciously or consciously hold to the old traditions that, well, you gotta take me out, you gotta dazzle me, you gotta wine and dance me,
If
and
that person is like that
in,
though,
huh?
if the woman is like that though, there are some women who have it and
Uh-huh.
don't act like that though.
Some, yeah, but I don't, whether they want to do it or not, it could be also be peer pressure. So you're dating a guy, okay, well, where is he taking you? Oh no, I took him somewhere. I paid. You paid. Oh, girlfriend, no, no, no. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even just what they think, but also the stigma that's the tradition is that if a man is courting a woman, a man's got to put out, and he's got to put out proportionally to the woman's financial status or what they expect. So that's what I'm saying.
I get it. I
So
understand that.
the
I
more she
understand.
makes is the more you have to spend to court her on that level. Because remember, you have to be able to exceed her expectations. You can't meet them when you're dating for the most part. You got to go a little, exceed it a little bit because you're trying to what? Impress her. You can't impress her with her own level. You're gonna impress her with a higher level. So if her level's already over here, you got to go there, and you're kind of here. That's a huge gap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to make that being the guy in that position, you have to make that decision. Do I want to go ahead and be with the type of woman that this woman is, where I need to exceed her expectations, or do I want to find somebody who, is not doing a shitty in the financial aspect, but is doing good for herself, where she doesn't have that mental attitude that I have to have my man pay for everything, and he has to be on my level. If you find a woman like that, a lot of guys will not take that type of woman. But if they're not like that, and they feel like, I want to see my man succeed and work hard, even if he has little to nothing, I'm sure one day he will become successful and have something. The women like that are out there. They're very, very, very rare, extremely rare. But there are women who are like that. But it just depends on. It honestly depends on a lot of factors. And in my opinion, the main three are, do you care about this person a lot? Are you willing to put up with it? And would you feel comfortable? And if you say no to all those three, then hey, keep on looking and keep on going on those fucking dating sites, because I'm sure you'll hit. Keep on doing those fucking dating sites, because I'm sure one day you're gonna hit a woman. You're gonna hit a woman up, and they're gonna be like, yeah, well, I'm a manager or a CEO of some company, or I run a small startup, some small tech startup business, and guess what? I don't care about any of that shit. If you're a nice guy to me, and you treat me with respect, I don't give a fuck what you do. And you know what? If you find a woman like that, and she happens to be what she's about, then by all means, please keep her. She's a keeper. But if she talks that walk, if she talks that bullshit, and you see that obviously it's just a whole bunch of bullshit and lies, then hey, maybe you need to react and find those red flags even better, because
I agree. And that is a good way to end this episode. Thanks for tuning in to Last of the Nice Guys, episode 5.
This is a great episode, bro.
Oh, another great episode,
man.
Great episode. Any episode where we discuss the dating woes are always a good episode. We're always gonna have more of these. So I guess I'm Jason.
And I'm Joe, and stay tuned for me talking about my ex even more in the next episode.
Absolutely. So, and don't forget, and as always, we thank you for stopping by.
The Last of the Nice Guys. Follow, like, and subscribe on Twitter and Instagram at Last Nice Guys, Facebook.com/Last Nice Guys, or email lastoftheniceguys@yahoo.com.
This is an audio production of Vibe Revelation Studios, the cure for your common day. VibeRevStudios.com.